Hello everyone, we are going to start lesson 8, which is a review of graphing in a coordinate plane. Make sure you have your guided notes out and you're ready to follow along. A coordinate plane is used to locate points in a two-dimensional plane. It is the two-dimensional plane. What we're talking about here is our coordinate grid. That's this object right here. You've seen that before. Hope you've seen that before, but that's what we're talking about when we talk about the dimensional plane. So as a refresher, the horizontal number line is what we call the x-axis. So right here, going horizontally, is our x-axis. And the vertical number line, I think of vertical as jumping, is going to be your y-axis. So our going up and down, okay? And then the intersection of all that is what we call the origin. Okay, and that is right there. That is also our point of 0, 0. There are 4 quadrants when we are talking about a coordinate plane, and they are labeled as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Quadrant 1 is where you have a positive going to your right with the x-axis and a positive going up. So these numbers will always be a positive, positive. Quadrant 2, you have a negative to your left on the x-axis and a positive to the y. And since our x comes first, that'll be a negative, then a positive. Quadrant 3 is also a negative on the x and then a negative down. So we have a negative, negative quadrant. And quadrant 4 over here is a positive first, since it's the x, and down would be a negative, so it'd be a positive, negative coordinate pair. Any point can be located within one or four of these coordinates using a specific, what we call an ordered pair of numbers, and those are called its coordinates. As mentioned in the last slide, we have an x and y ordered pair. That first number in an ordered pair is what we call our x coordinate. The second number is the y coordinate, meaning that the x coordinate will always be our horizontal. Our y coordinate will always be our vertical number. So here's an example of 3, negative 2. 3 is going to be the x coordinate, so it would follow along this line on the positive 3. Negative 2 is the y coordinate, meaning we would go down negative 2 and mark our coordinate ordered pair. So now I'm going to actually have you plot some coordinates with me. A big reminder is that x is your first coordinate, so we always go horizontal first and then vertical. Horizontal first, then vertical. I'm going to go ahead and plot A. So we have a positive 3, which would be over here on our x-axis first. We're always going to go horizontal first. Then we're going to go 5 on our y-axis. So I'm going to draw the line up there for now. And this is how I would mark A. These lines we're not going to want you to draw, but for this notes I will. B, we have a negative 2 on the x-axis, so I'm going to go over this way to the left, and a positive 2, so positives are up, our vertical north, and that is B. C, we have a positive 1 on the x-axis, so I'm right here, but a negative 5 will bring me down. Sorry, that's not good, but that's okay. And D, we have a negative 3 on the x-axis and a negative 2. So you'll notice as well, I marked all of these points were in some form of their quadrant. So you can see that all 4 quadrants were being represented. Now I'm asking you to write the ordered pairs for each given point. So there's already points given on our graph. We want to remind ourselves that our first number is going to be the x-axis. That second number will be your y. So I see A is what we're going to talk about first. So looks like we go over 2, up 7, which would mean that my ordered pair is 2, 7. Now we'll look at B. B is over here in quadrant 2, so we go over negative 4 up to 6. And reminding myself that my x-axis point will be my first number, we have negative 4, positive 6. For D, I'm going to go over negative 3. Even though there's not a negative 3 written there, we can tell we're moving by 2's on this graph. So we'd have 2, 3, 4. We're going to go negative 3 to another negative 3. So I would write that as negative 3, negative 3. I'm going to go ahead and let you try E and F on your own. After you've completed this in your guided notes, you will head on to your practice pages.